Hello guys, welcome to this video. My name is Ebisintei. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 10 rules that changed my life. Alright, before I jump into the video of today, I need to first of all say thank you to all my subscribers and also thank you to everybody that shared my video out. Recently, as at yesterday, in my Google metrics, I found out that we had over 1,500 views in the last video that I posted. So thank you guys, thank you for watching my videos. It shows that you guys care, and also it shows that you guys are interested in the topics that I talk about and in the things that I do here on this my YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to every single one of you, because the only reason why I can do this video today is because of your support. So a big shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you all. Alright everyone, welcome back to the video. Now the first rule on my list is not caring about what people say. Now someone might like, okay, but why shouldn't you care about what people say? Yes, you don't need to care about what people say about you. The truth about the matter is, everybody's going to have a version of you, a version that they think you are, but none of it matters. The only thing that matters is what you think of yourself. So the first rule I set for myself in order to succeed in life was, I did not care about what people say about me. Rather, I focused on how best can I better myself and forget about what the majority of the people have to say. Doesn't mean that you should not accept criticism. It doesn't mean that when you are wrong, you should not accept you're wrong. But don't let all that get into your heart. Rather, focus on how you could improve yourself. Alright, so the second rule on my list is to be yourself. In everything you're going to do in life, try as much as possible to be real, be authentic. Do not try to fake anything. If you're not good at something, say it. If you're good at something, admit it. Do not get intimidated or feel timid. If you are good, you are good. If you're not good, accept it. Your failures, try to accept them. And your success, try to raise it up and let people know that, okay, yes, I'm successful in this area, and you're going to see that your life is going to change. The third rule on my list is to be frugal with your money. Now, this might sound like you are stingy, but let's be real here. Money doesn't come every single day. It doesn't come when you also want it. It comes at a point where you give value to someone. And the truth is, you can't always give value to someone else. So look at it this way. You might work 12 hours in a day, and after working for 12 hours, you are still only going to be paid at the end of the month. And how much are they going to pay you? It's not even going to be still enough to compensate for all the hours you have worked. Now, let me tell you why you should be frugal with your money. Being frugal is going to help you to curtail spending. So if you to spend on things that are not necessary, you only end up spending on things that really matter. The truth is, you cannot avoid waste no matter how you try to say, okay, I want to be very frugal with my money. I want to make sure that I only spend things that are on my budget. The truth is, it's not going to always be that way, but you have to try as much as possible in order to reduce the amount of things you spend on and make sure that it's only things that are on your budget, at least up to 90%. If you can do this, I promise you, you're going to enjoy your money. The fourth one on my list is don't ever wait for opportunities, go and get them. The truth is, life is not fair, and since life is not fair, you are not always going to get what you want. And anytime you're in this particular situation, you're going to find out that you don't always get what you want. My advice here is go get that opportunity. Instead of you to wait and say, I am not good enough, I don't have experience, I am not perfect, I am not in shape, I'm not this, I'm not that. Why don't you forget about what you are not and try as much as possible to be what you want to be? Because the truth is, talent is everywhere, but opportunity is scarce. You might be very talented, you might be a very good designer, you might be very good at your job, you might have a very good CV, but the truth is, if you don't apply for that job, you're not going to get it. So my advice is, go get that opportunity, go get that particular thing that you want, because life isn't fair. And since life isn't fair, it means things are not always going to come your way. So go get the opportunity and stop waiting for the opportunity. The fifth rule on my list is being grounded no matter how high I climb. Now, I can't really overemphasize this, but there's something I've come to understand about success. Success is a lousy teacher. Okay, but failure has a way of teaching you something silently that you always end up learning a particular lesson. Imagine you went for an event, and when you got to this event, you had to learn something in a very hard way, whereby Someone had to correct you while you were on stage. You learned something during that particular time. That particular lesson you learned is going to stick with you forever. No matter how you try to hide it, you can never ever forget that particular experience. But because of how it taught you that particular lesson, you are definitely going to learn that lesson. Now, my point here is, do not let success get into your head. I've had several successes in my life. Yes, let's just attribute those success as little success. But considering the level at which I am currently in life, those successes are actually outstanding for what I've actually achieved. So my lesson here is, no matter how you get successful, always try as much as possible to live low. Don't live beyond your success. I'll say this several times. Never try to live beyond your success. I'm not saying you should not drive nice cars, wear good clothes, eat nice, go to nice places, but don't let any of those get into your head. The sixth rule on my list is never try to hold on to bad experiences. I've had several failures in my entire life, and most of these failures were very, very embarrassing. To be honest with you, very, very embarrassing. Like, if I tell you most of them, you might just like, oh, seriously? So you're this dumb? Yeah, but I had those experiences personally to me. But there's something I learned also during the process, that I should never let failure get into my heart. If you let failure get into your heart, failure has a way also to humble you. And sometimes this can affect your confidence. So don't let failure get into your way, whereby because you failed or you were embarrassed at some point in your life, you let a particular incident get into your heart, thereby bringing your self-esteem and making you go low. Try as much as possible that no matter how you fail, no matter the kind of experience that was unpleasant to you, no matter how you even got disgraced in public, try to amend things instead of holding failure to your heart. Now, in life, you're always going to have ups and downs. And when you have an up, you are going to be happy. When you have a down, you are supposed to learn. This is what I've always tried to do. If I get successful today, or if I achieve something new today, if I get a new client today, I'll be very happy. But assuming tomorrow I am broke, I need to go back to my drawing board and look at, why am I broke today? The reason is because I overspent my money. Is it because I did not advertise? Is it because of other factors I am not looking at? I'm telling you, if you follow this rule, it's going to help improve your life. So at every point in time, instead of you to be sad or feeling like you are not successful, rather you'll be focusing on what can I do in order to improve this situation. So my own lesson here is, learn from failure at every point in time, because there is always a lesson failure has to teach you. The seventh rule on my list is saying less and listening more. I can't really overemphasize this, but the truth of the matter is, if you really want to excel in a social gathering, if you want to excel also with your relationship, if you want to also excel in your workplace, you have to find a way to always reduce what you say. You shouldn't be the one that always talks more in the room. I'm not saying that you should not say your opinion or let your voice be heard, but rather, why don't you do a refactoring where you listen to what is being said, then you make your own opinion on that particular thing. You always end up being in a situation whereby your own opinion is being accepted out of other people. We all have this kind of friend in our office where this particular guy always keeps talking and talking and talking. He always makes jokes in the office. But have you ever observed one particular thing? This particular guy's opinion is not always being heard. Why? Because he's always talking. But sometimes you will just hear one quiet guy will just say one single thing, and that particular thing might just be the solution of what everyone needs. Now, I'm not saying that when you have to say something, you should not make jokes in the office, but I'm trying to say, why don't you do the opposite and listen more and talk less? If you listen, you get other people's opinion, and when you talk based on what other people have said, you have a better chance of winning the conversation. And also, if you could talk less and listen more, you will have a better chance at negotiating. Number 8 rule on my list is always try to learn. Now, learning can never be overemphasized. Now, the day you stop learning is the day you die. You can't change that. Every single day of your life, you have to try as much as possible to add to your current knowledge. I'm not saying that you should go about learning things that are not relevant to you, looking after topics or watching movies that are not going to add to your value. What I'm trying to say is we all have a skill set, we all have a profession, we all have something we are passionate about. Why don't you just try as much as possible to learn a little thing about that same thing you are passionate about? See, learning doesn't always have to be you go carry a book, you go watch a video. It could be as little as observing, because observation itself is learning. The scientists today that came up with all the theories that we are hearing today, there was no book to teach them any of those. They had to observe. So try as much as possible, observe. Observe your surrounding, observe your partner, observe as much as possible as you can, and also never stop learning, because the day you stop learning is the same day you are going to die. So how did learning help me? Learning helped me a whole lot of ways, because every single day, if I'm able to learn something new, I always have a better productive day. Now let me just tell you how my schedule is. Now, I'm not someone who actually sleeps a whole lot, but this is how my schedule is. I usually sleep around, let's say, 8, and when I sleep around 8, most times, I usually wake up around 2 or 3 a.m. Now, when I wake up between that 2 and 3 a.m., I usually use from 3 a.m. till 7 a.m. to watch YouTube videos. Now, why am I watching YouTube videos during this period? Someone will be like, okay, you're just watching some funny videos on YouTube. The answer is no. I use that time in order to study about what I'll be doing that very day at work. So instead of me trying to figure out what I'll be doing in a particular day, I already know what I want to do that very day. Why? Because I had already taken my time in order to study during the morning hours. Because to be honest, your morning hours is very, very productive. I've not seen anybody who will wake up in the morning, I'll be really feeling very, very, very tired. No, your morning hours is almost the most productive time you can get for yourself, because at that time, you have less stress, you have not started work, and also you are not doing anything that is going to be taking all your time. So my advice is use your morning hours, use it very well, make sure you are very, very productive with your morning hours, and you are not going to regret it. The number 9th rule I set for myself is creating a vision and trusting the process. Now, let me tell you this, you're always going to get to that point in your life where you are confused, and when you become confused, you're like, okay, fine, what am I doing? How is what I'm doing every single day going to add up and give me the results that I actually want? You're always going to come to that point of confusion. But there's something I need you to understand there. Anytime you get to that point of confusion, realize this, that the reason why you are confused is because you are not doing something right. And when you're not doing something right, what should you do? Go back to your drawing board, look at what you're not doing right, and try to prepare a solution. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is do not quit on your vision, create a vision, and trust your process. All right, I guess the reason why you stayed with me to the end of this long video is because you actually enjoyed the topic. And so if you enjoy it, please do not forget to leave a like, and also do not forget to share this video out to all those who are going to need it. Now, the 10th rule on my list, and also which is the last one for this particular video, is learn to say no. Now, this might sound absurd, but learning to say no is going to help you get away from unnecessary activities. I target unnecessary activities because as humans, we have to be productive. If you are not productive, it means you are dead. So my point here is learn to say no when you need to say no. The reason is because you're always going to have a whole lot of offers where people are going to say, come and help me to do this, come and do this for me, come and be part of this, come and be part of that. But it's your duty to evaluate every single thing that anybody is asking you to be part of. The reason is because you need to understand this particular thing, or this particular group, or this particular job, or this particular offer I'm going to accept. Is it going to add to my current vision? Is it going to add to my current goals? If it's not going to add to it, no matter how enticing it is, even if there is money there, but it's not going to give you the value that is required to sustain you, learn to say no and walk away. So guys, I really appreciate, and I want to say thank you to all the people who watched the video today. It's a very big thank you to you. And also, if this video gets to 1,000 views, I'm going to do another video like this that is going to even be more detailed about how these rules has affected my life. So in a nutshell, these are the 10 rules that has affected my life, and these are how these rules has impacted my personality. The truth is, if these rules did not affect my life, I wouldn't be confident today in order to do this video. So what I can encourage you is, if you have a vision, if you have somewhere you want to be, if you want to become someone in the society, do not give up on yourself, and also trust the process. So if you want videos like this, please do not forget to subscribe, turn on the notification for another video. At the same time, I'll see you in my next video.